Hello, it's me, Kaylee, again. I'm back with another video making wedding flowers, and this time it's for my boyfriend's brother and his now sister-in-law, Joe and Hannah. 2 months before the wedding, I moved to St. Louis with my boyfriend, so being new to the area, I don't have a studio space yet. Thankfully, the mother of the groom had an office space available that she offered for me to use while I was designing, so that is where I'm doing all of this, and thank you to her for letting me use the space. I'm prepping all of the flowers now after I pick them up, so this means I'm removing them from all packaging, removing any foliage that's on the stems, clipping them and placing them in fresh water so that allows them to hydrate before I use them to design because I've been out of water for a little bit. And as you can see, the bride chose creams, blushes, and burgundies, so this is like a dream color combo for me. It's so romantic and elegant. I just think it's timeless. Now it's time to prep the bouquets. This is one of my favorite parts of the design process. It's just so satisfying to get all of the flowers into the vases so they're ready to go, and it makes it so much easier when you're grabbing the flowers once you're designing the bouquets. Alright, now it's time for me to put the bouquets together. And you can see me here wiring the ranunculus again. This is a little bit more of a close-up view. I make a little U-hook with florist wire, and I kind of push it through the top in the center so that the little U goes through the center of the flower, and then at the bottom I just gently twist it so it stays secure, and that's how you wire a ranunculus. And as you see me designing these bouquets, I'm trying to leave some room for roses because the wholesaler forgot to give me a pack in my order. So I'm trying to leave some room for them to put in later. Also, that's why the color looks a bit unbalanced at the moment, but don't worry, you'll see them later with more burgundy in there. The bride sent me several pictures of inspiration for her bridal bouquet, and she was looking for something very flowy and elegant, and I love the color combination. It's such a good combination for a little bit of depth while also being airy and whimsical. And knowing what her dress looked like before making the bridal bouquet, I feel like helped so much because they just complement each other so well. You'll definitely see later on in the video. And this is another one of my favorite things about the design process, is being able to take someone's vision for their wedding and being able to bring it to life, but also combine their inspiration with my own personal design style. So that is just one of the most fun things about this process. And that's a wrap on the first day. Got all of the bouquets put together, prepped the centerpiece flowers, and now it's time to clean up and get ready for tomorrow. Next up are the corsages. I made them the same way as I did in the last video. I wanted to try them out again and see if I felt any differently about them, and I do. I've decided I don't really like this method of doing corsages, and the only reason for this is because I feel like it's the wrong ribbon. This ribbon is very thick and more stiff because it's a double satin, so maybe if I use something a bit lighter it would work better. Also, it's hard to hide the mechanics, so to make a platform for all the flowers to stay on to the ribbon, so that's something also to figure out, or at least streamline. And the flowers I chose did not hold up as well as I thought they were. I don't know if it was a problem with the hydration chamber that I used, or if the fridge was too cold, or I just used flowers that were a little bit too sensitive for this. Definitely gonna be thinking about that more later on. Yes, this is what happens when you ask for a bag of petals. The heads of the roses are being ripped off. It makes me a little sad, but it's also a fun process. And here's a little flower anatomy lesson. Once the heads are ripped off, you can see their stamen, which involves their filaments and anthers. At this point, I was running against the clock a little bit because I was trying to make sure everything was prepped before the rehearsal dinner, because I was in the wedding party as one of the bridesmaids. And definitely juggling being at a wedding party and the florist is not for the weak, but everything turned out perfectly as it needed to. And also, I had not eaten lunch at this point, so I was feeling a little shaky, but everything is fine. And the rehearsal dinner was delicious, so made up for not having lunch that day. Got the roses, now it's time to finish the bouquets. I got black magic roses. I typically like black baccara because I think they might be like a little bit of a deeper red, but as you can see here, the black magic roses match really well with the burgundy carns. I feel like it might be like a true maroon, but the burgundy ranunculus were like a true burgundy, and they looked so beautiful. They were absolutely insane. They had such a high petal count and the heads were just like so large. It looked such like a luxurious flower, but I love ranunculus anyway, so I'm not surprised. But the burgundy was so deep that everyone at the wedding kept calling them velvet flowers, and it truly did look like that. So absolutely thrilled with how the colors all came together. And she's done. Unfortunately, I did not get a lot of footage or photos of the bridal bouquet in here. There's some videos of me showing some of my flower friends the bouquet because I wanted their second opinion, but there will be more pictures of the bouquet on my Instagram, same username, The Lady in the Bloom, so you can see more there. Now it's time for the last pieces for the wedding. I am doing the flowers for the ceremony and reception. This is going to be a mantelpiece for their reception behind the sweetheart table. And this is another one of my bucket list flower arrangements, and I decided to use these ocean pouches. They're a sustainable alternative to floral foam, which I could talk forever about. Also, I think ocean pouches would be used better if you designed it the day of. Although this was the night before, most of the flowers held up very well. All the roses and carnations did, which is not surprising at all because they're very hardy flowers. But the larkspur and the Queen Anne's lace were drooping by the end of the event. And again, I don't know if it's because I didn't use a traditional flower cooler or maybe they just don't last as long as floral foam, but it turned out beautiful still. I asked the mother of the groom to clip some greens from her yard, so those really big limbs going out at the top and were from the groom's childhood backyard, so I thought that was a really sweet touch. As I'm finishing up the urns, that's a wrap. Everything is done, and I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this wedding because I cut my hand on some chicken wire, but I'm so happy for Hannah and Joe. Congratulations to them, and please enjoy the rest of the video of clips from their wedding day, and thank you so much for watching.